You reply going, I was about to say, whose dick do I have to suck to get invited on 365?
Geek Speak, the definitive 365 cut. These are the meaningless ramblings of a Scottish redone whore and a pissy ex-video store clerk. Their ongoing mission is to set right the movie wrongs. They're gonna need a bigger podcast.
Hello everybody and welcome to episode 101 of the 365 Flicks podcast. My name is Kevin and I am the pissy ex-video store clerk. The man next to me is...
I am Chris, the 2017 Floppy Award-winning Brit of the Year and a Scottish Sweden whore.
And as I said, this is episode 101, the tricky second series. You're not having that, are you?
That's stupid.
You're not liking the 100 episodes in a series?
100 episodes in a series is just way too much.
I just feel like we've done 100 episodes. We're now going on to like another part of our journey, which is like...
We'll call it Phase 2 then.
Phase 2, but it's taken.
Well, so was Series 2.
Yeah.
Lots of things with Series 2.
Yeah, but none of them have 100 episodes unless it's EastEnders. Does EastEnders? It doesn't really do series, does it?
Do series, no.
Yeah, we are back, and we are not back with our normal bants or anything like that. We are back with an indie talk. Quite possibly...
Fuck me, are we?
Yes, quite possibly one of the most fun. This went off the rails,
This
as
is a
they
good
say.
one.
You've been working on this one for a while, so I will let you tell the people who we are about to talk to.
So, yeah, we are, now in a minute, going to be talking to Toby Osmond, star of the upcoming Black Site, which is going to be out now in a minute, and also Dark Beacon, which I think he said will be out in March.
End of March, yeah.
Yeah.
So for anybody who's a fan of the show, I know you all are, the millions and millions. Dark Beacon was a movie that Coz Greenops directed, and Corey was on the show some time back, or Coz as we call him. Sorry, I called him by his birth name. That was terrible.
So you call me Christopher.
I know I called you Christopher on the last episode. I was editing that and I was like, oh my god, I called him Christopher. But yeah, Coz was on a while back. He was talking about his movie Wandering Rose, Demon Baby, whatever the Chinese people called it. Had many, many, many different names. And he also dropped in towards the end of the interview that he was about to go into production of his movie Dark Beacon, which is now finished. It's now going to be released in the end of March. Toby is in it, so we wanted to get Toby on to talk, but then it turned out he was also in Tom Patons' Black Site, which, again, if you've listened to the show, you all know who Tom is. He's practically like our number one fan now. So yeah, he's got a part in Black Site, which is Tom Patons' movie, and he also talked a little bit about his upcoming movie, which I keep calling Kaufmans Game, but he called it Kaufmans Game. Now, I'm still going to call it Kaufmans Game because it's in my head.
Okay.
Yep. His co-produced movie that he has coming out very soon. So the man's got 3 projects just about to hit. He's doing numerous treading the boards plays, and he's a very, very busy man, but he took some time out of reading play scripts to talk to us.
Probably should have been reading scripts, to be honest.
He probably should have been, instead of like tearing our show to pieces, because... we have a format for these things. We spend a lot of time, 3 minutes, coming up with questions for these people. And he was like, no, fuck your questions. We're going to talk about whatever I want to talk about. And you're right, he has the best laugh ever.
He does have the best laugh ever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right, so before we go into the interview with Toby Osmond, as Chris says now in a minute, would you like to do your bit?
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Let's see if you get this right. This has been a while.
Well, it's not.
It's been a while since you did it properly.
Well, Jesus.
Because I'm here to put you off. Because I don't know if anybody's noticed, but the last few episodes you've been phoning that shit in on Skypes.
Yeah.
You didn't 100 though. Although you didn't drink though.
No, I didn't drink.
Come on then.
Not drinking tonight either.
Do the roar.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you should have been drinking tonight.
Yeah. I think I would have been it worse, to be honest. That would have been
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe on the Infinity War. Spoilers.
Like, without spoiling the interview, right? How many questions do you think we actually asked him?
I've got no idea.
Because it
I can't
wasn't
even
many.
remember what we said, to be
It
honest.
wasn't many. So anyway, you've got to do the raw.
Yeah, so have a look for 365 Flicks Podcast on the Facebooks and the Twitters. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share like a son of a bitch. We are very much appreciative of that when you do that. You can also subscribe to us on the iTunes. Don't forget to leave a cheeky 5-star review for us. It makes us feel all shiny and happy when you do that. You can also follow us on the Spotify. That's something you can also do.
Yeah.
It's gone to pieces.
It has gone to pieces.
Yeah, bygones. Have a look for us on any other third-party podcasting app that you can find. Check out our website, www.365flickspodcast.co.uk.
Where I do
have a
awesome
look
reviews.
for us on... I'm not letting you. Few Cheeky Networks, Geeks Worldwide,
Yep.
Happy Days,
GWW.
Tangible Network, Wicked Radio Network, We Be Geeks, our British home, nerdly.co.uk,
Nerdly.
hashtag Pod Family, and hashtag Brit Pod Scene. Suck my balls, Kev.
That seems to get longer and longer.
I know.
Do you think
Well,
I should?
keep fucking adding us to things.
Do you think
so-
I should stop like reaching out to people and being like, "Yo, dude, like we are a top 11 podcast. You should have us on your network."
What are we? You never mentioned that.
Top 11 podcast.
N.
Well, for all of like
N.
6 minutes
N.
on the iTunes film and TV chart,
Thank you.
which is pretty fucking cool.
Isn't it?
So yeah, the way that works is get yourself on the iTunes, subscribe to us, download us, leave us reviews. I know you mentioned it, but I'm going to hammer that shit home because we have got like a nifty amount. I think we've got like 30, 40 reviews now, 5-star reviews, which is badass because yeah, when we started this, we didn't have any.
Yeah, that's how that works.
That is how that works. So yeah,
Fucking silly bastard.
we are going to go into our interview with Toby, and we'll be back at the end, probably creased.
Yeah, you're going to enjoy this. This is a really good one.
This one is a good
Yeah.
one. I'm very, very pleased with this. So yeah, interview in progress.
What we'll put him through will mould him. Is the bait on its way to him?
Yes.
You'll get what you want.
Do you know what you've been taking?
Steroids. I need another dose.
I give you what you want if you do something for me.
I just hope he's up to this boy.
We have a special interest in you.
Is that why you've been stalking me?
I think he'll realise that we're pushing
Alright,
him.
so right now we are joined by Toby Osmond, the first guests of Indie Talk in 2018, Kev.
Yeah, 2018.
Yeah. Good start as well. Toby, welcome to 365 Flicks, my friend.
Thanks very much. Thanks for having me.
You are very welcome.
You get to be
A Happy New Year as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, exactly, yeah. Happy New Year.
You get to be on episode 101, or as I am calling it, episode 1 of season 2.
Oh.
100 episodes.
Season
in season
opener.
1.
Yeah, 100 episodes in
That's a
season 1.
long ass season.
Yeah, we've got to call it something to give it a bit of zhuzh.
I could call it a centenary.
But yeah,
I don't know.
Toby, we have you on for our first Indie Talk of 2018, and Chris has been working away on this one with you, and I'm very, very excited to have you on.
I'm excited to be here. Thank you very much.
You sound it.
I'm playing it cool.
See,
I'm honoured.
I'm not actually sure you are playing it cool because so far you've kind of you've kind of bigged us up and hyped us up, and it's kind of like, oh shit, I don't want to ask questions now. I kind of feel like
Well, look, I tell you what. First, could I make a public service announcement?
okay, go on then. Yes.
It's actually an it's an apology to Mr. Tom Paton and to Mr. Mike Beckingham, both of whom have been on your show.
Yep.
For not inviting them to the networking night that I run. So just drop it, please.
Oh, that sounds like there's hell on.
That is cold.
That is cold.
Yeah.
You know.
I think we should hang up right now, to be honest.
I co-run this film industry networking night a lovely guy called David Wilkinson, and I was like, I worked on Black Site, and then I got in touch with Mike, and we were all partying and stuff. And I was like, Mike, it'd be lovely to have you along to the night. He was like, oh yeah, sounds great, love to go. And I was like, I'll let you know. And of course, I forgot to let him know. And then Tom Paton, I was like, I literally got George Burt, his DP, who's a lovely guy. I was like, George, could you invite Tom along? And I asked him to do this on the day of the event. But then, like, oh god, I mean, the rap party for Black Site was hell. They might as well have been like, have me in a corner, give me a kicking or something.
I was going to say, from what we know of Tom from the time that we've been speaking to him, he's not going to let that go.
No, definitely not.
No, that's not going anywhere. And then when you've got his little sidekick Mike at putting the digs in as well.
So you're calling him Robin now? He's not going to like that.
Mike is very much Tom's Robin.
I'm not sure about that.
We have this ongoing thing with the podcast because obviously both guys have been on the show, but currently it stands that Tom's had 4 appearances and Mike's had 3. Mm-hmm. So play your cards right, Toby, and you could very easily push yourself ahead of those 2.
Yeah.
I'm more like the Joker or the idiot.
I'll take either.
Yeah. Oh shit, Heath Ledger. Have his career, not the death, but yeah, have his career. That'd be nice. Shit.
Oh, definitely. Would you see yourself as the next Joker?
I mean, I would, but the fucking casting directors don't. That's the trouble.
Give it time. Give it time.
Yeah, I get. There's a lot. I get like often from my mother, and sometimes from. They're like, "Oh, that pole dog. You could be on that." I'm like, someone's already got the gig, mum. And then it's like, oh, Game of Thrones. You'd be good in that. Tell Nina Gold I'll be good in that.
Sounds like your mum should be your agent.
Oh, God. I actually, unlike my mother, I really get on with my agent. I do actually. Very lovely guy. I've got a great relationship with my agent. Less so with my mother. Hi, Mum. She won't listen.
Yeah, we don't do well with the mums on the 365. Like,
no.
Not many mums listen to us.
No.
Mine did for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember why they don't listen anymore. Probably Kev's fault, to be fair.
Probably.
Yeah.
It usually is my fault that people stop listening. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
I keep getting told that I'm riding your coattails, so okay.
Don't start that.
Right, so are we going to get into
Yes, okay. So Toby's here to speak about Dark Beacon and also a little bit about Black Site, which is coming up in 2018.
And pretty much anything else you've got on the cards, Toby, just let us know.
Cool.
The first thing I wanted to ask you about, though, Toby, was I watched the show in 2016, Henry VIII and His 6 Wives.
Oh!
Yeah, I actually watched it. I love all that kind of shit. Now, you are one of the only guests we've had on 365 who's appeared in, proper period drama type stuff. So, what is it like being in one of those kind of, period show things?
I tell you what, I mean, it was... Funnily enough, I only trained at drama school a few years ago, like not long at all. It was 2.5 years ago, something like that, I got out. And that show, I went to the audition in the summer holidays while I was still training before our end of year West End showcase. And I got the gig, and it was lined up for after I finished drama school. And I've been doing a bit of acting before drama school, but a lot of it was the sort of like minuscule budget, not even the SEIS sort of 150 grand, 100 grand, 50 grand, that sort of indie level micro budget, the absolute shoestring micro budget, student short films, all that stuff. That was before I trained, and a lot of them were terrible, like really bad. And when I got on that set, the Channel 5 gig, Chris Holt was the director, very lovely guy. Charlie Clements, who was a EastEnders guy, he was the star playing Henry VIII. It was probably the first time that I've been on a set and I was surrounded by these people who are fucking good actors. I mean, obviously all the crew were professional, they were like really good at their stuff, but just like looking around, I felt like a bit of a sort of imposter, really. I was like, God, are they going to find me out? But it was just lovely. It was so like these. It made me like up my game. Like I was like, shit, right, not fucking around now. Got to get on it. It was lovely, and also I love dressing up in stupid clothes. I went to the RSC costume sale. Royal Shakespeare Company costume sale that was, I don't know, 6 months ago, something like that. And I bought a doublet and hose, a grey velvet doublet and hose, which I've only worn once, but it was this New Year's Eve, just gone. I look like, you could either take me as like, oh, look at that really fun, cool looking guy, or a total twat. But I do like dressing up, so period dramas is great for me. Like, I totally would be up for, like my mum says, I should totally do period dramas.
But obviously your mum wants you to do more, but which do you prefer to do? Like, do you prefer doing the period pieces or the present day pieces, or like what's your favourite like sandpit to play in?
I love it all. I love like period dramas is definitely a niche I'd like to do more of. I've got a sort of a bit of not just my mum, a lot of people say I've got a period drama look.
You do a little bit, to be fair.
I love horse riding. I used to fence a lot. Yeah, I love all that shit. Nina Gold, if you're listening, cast me in Game of Thrones right now.
It's a bit like now it's finished in a minute.
I know, it's finished next year.
Just get yourself into the Witcher TV show that Amazon's doing. Is it Amazon?
Yeah, I think it's
Amazon.
Netflix.
Isn't there one more on Game of Thrones?
There's one more season.
Yeah.
But they'll be filming that right now, I would assume.
Bastards.
Mm-hmm.
But they're doing the spin-offs.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck spin-offs.
No, apparently people think they're going to be huge. I personally don't, but people do think they will.
They will be.
They won't.
They will be.
No.
Anyway.
Saying that, I was a film I was in. I mean, we shot it 5 years. This is indie filmmaking, like the low budget, and I co-produced and acted in a film called Kaufmans Game, which we shot 5 years ago, I think, and it is about to be released.
Wow.
In cinema. Yeah. It's doing really well, actually, and I love neo-noir. I love noir. I love fucking Blade Runner is one of my all-time favourite films ever. So I love period drama, but I love it all. I love it all. You can't put me in a box. You can't pin me down. You don't know me.
No. I mean, you've got to try a bit of everything, haven't you? So, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to be like, sort of Sean Bean casting where he dies in every movie or anything like that.
To be fair,
that's
a good sort of shtick to have.
I would take Sean Bean's career.
Yeah,
definitely.
I tell you what, villains. There was a point where, before drama school, actually in the Channel 5 thing as well, there was a point where every single character I'd ever played had died. It was
nice.
Like, but I play a lot of villains. I do I'm be happy to be typecast as villains. Like,
yeah, I saw that on your IMDb. Yeah, so you like a bad guy role then, rather than a good guy role.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are they not always more fun though?
Yeah.
Or at least, like, I'd do anti-hero,
Like the Punisher.
The Batman.
Oh, there you go. That's an audition for you.
There we go.
So which would you rather join then? Here's one. Which would you rather join, DCEU or MCU?
Oh, that's not fair. Come on, that's not fair.
I tell you what, I'm not going to answer that because I don't want to alienate fans. However, I was looking at, do you know Prince Charles Cinema in Leicester Square?
Yes.
It's lovely little. I've been to a wedding there actually, but it's a lovely little cinema, and they have. Have you seen Logan Noir?
No, I've seen the proper version of it. I've not seen the noir version of it though.
Yeah, I mean it's just black and white. Yeah. That's what. Yeah, but like that looked cool. Like let's go fucking. Oh, mind you, Sin City, that was cool.
Yeah, Sin City's cool. I want to see blood. If I'm watching a Logan movie, I want to see blood.
Yeah.
Not chocolate sauce. You know, I'll save that for bloody Psycho.
It's still blood. It's just black and white blood.
I want to see red blood.
Okay. I'll let you off.
You know, I'm not colourblind. I want to see red blood. All right. Don't question me.
I mean, all the recent live franchises have done really well. And I tell you what, was it Iron Man, which was the first one of the big franchise films? What I loved about Iron Man was right at the end when he says, "I am Iron Man," and it's like, "Yes, you are! Yes, you are!" And for me, that was a perfect beginning to the franchise. I fucking love that. I am Iron Man.
Awesome.
Yeah, awesome. We're actually in the middle of a weekly Road to Infinity War series at the moment.
I listened to all or part of. Oh, I think I listened to about half of it, and then I saw I saw the Tom Payton cast. I was like, "Oh, I'll listen to that one." I did start listening to that. That's cool. He's old Hemsworth. He's a great actor. I tell you what, the first Thor film I loved. Like all of them are fun, like action packed and stuff. But the first Thor film, in my opinion, it had a real like tongue in cheek sort of. You know, they're walking down the road, these fucking god superheroes, and it's just like, what?
Yeah, that was the last one we did. That was a good episode. Yeah. I enjoyed that one. It was good going back to that as well after all these years.
Well, that's the thing. We don't, because it was so long ago, you kind of forget, like Iron Man 2, for example, you forget what all happened in it and what have you.
Yeah.
So it is quite good to go back and rewatch them.
However, we are supposed to be talking about Toby's career here.
Oh yes. Well, I'm gonna be in Infinity War, I'm sure.
Oh, that's a spoiler right there. You heard it here first. and if you're not Toby, I'm going to be extremely pissed.
Well, so will I.
Right. Okay. So let's talk about Black Site for a little bit now. First of all, the first thing I wanted to ask you is, how did you get on with that cold-ass bloody nuclear bunker?
Yeah.
Well, funny you should ask. I wasn't in the nuclear bunker.
But you weren't, right?
Oh, you lucky bugger.
So I've been told many times. So, no, I was in a lovely central heated office location in the southeast. Yeah, we were shooting because... So my character, do you remember the character reference that Tom gave me for Kellerman, the professor, was the guy who you see on the videos in Lost.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So he's like, "Welcome to Pearl Station. Press this button and press it every 30 seconds, but don't press the other button." That guy. So that was the character reference. So sort of a little bit tongue-in-cheek. We went a bit more humorous for Black Site. So it's not out-and-out comedy. It's just a sort of self-aware, like... I don't think we it's included in the final cut, actually, but there was going to be this hilarious bit of, like... First, it's like talking about the elder gods and how to contain them and stuff. And then it cuts to... And here's the cantina with all of the modern needs you'll need, with coffee machine and cigarettes for sale. And then I take a hilarious puff of a cigarette. It's like brilliant stuff. But we toned down the comedy, but he's still probably the a touch of comic relief in their otherwise quite dark film.
From what we know of Black Site and from what we saw when we were there and the kind of the little tidbits we've been getting, that just sounds perfect.
It does.
Like little Dharma Initiative videos and absolutely. I mean, I'm a massive Lost fan, and I know Tom likes Lost, so that's totally tickled my geek boner there.
Yeah. There's actually I did a short film which someone, let me remember, someone won a Best Actor award. Oh, it was me.
That was actually written in the notes, so we'll cover that now.
Yeah, I didn't know anyone knew about that. I've only posted it on Facebook every day of my life since. No, called Banana Pearl, and in it was about a code breaker. And I managed to just write down. I googled the numbers from Lost as a little. So if you see in Banana Pearl, short films online somewhere, when I'm writing down the numbers, you can see that it's the numbers from Lost. So nice little slipped in homage there. Lost was great. It was a pioneer. It was like it changed TV a bit. Yeah. I mean, I think it lost its way, plot speaking, but still, early on, it's like, this is fucking great. What the fuck's happening? What's going on? Is it a dinosaur? Is it a polar bear? Who fucking knows? I'm excited. But yeah, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, shit. Have you seen the Black Site trailer?
No. I don't think we did. No.
Oh, because it hasn't been released yet. I saw Mr. Patons.
Wait.
There wasn't a...
there was a little stinger, a little teaser trailer. There was, yeah.
Tom has cut together a fucking brilliant trailer. I don't know if it's finished yet, but he showed me, like, we met up in BFI 2 days ago, I think, with George Burt as DP and a lovely guy another actor called Charles Delaney, and we were talking about potential. Like, I was trying to speak to Tom, and Charles got links with advertising. So we're talking about potential marketing and adverts for Black Site, and obviously I did a bit of savvy graphic design on Paint Shop, and because Thomas said that he loves, and I loved as well. Do you remember the Starship Troopers?
Yes.
Yeah, like service. Oh, which you got a I wrote a note about this. Your We Be Geeks podcast mates, they do a parody of it. They're like citizenship guarantees.
Yes.
Yeah,
service.
they do. Yeah,
that's a great little. That's one of my favourite. Trailer things now.
So I knocked up for this meeting. I knocked up a parody picture of Britain's "Your Country Needs You" poster with. Guess who? Me. I was like, Tom, man, we need this on the side of cabs all over London. We definitely do. I don't know if he's going for it. It might just say Black Site instead.
so now knowing that your part is like a little informational video, is that sort of like when you caught, who was it in Terminator Genesis? It was Matt Baker, wasn't it? Or Matt Smith. You had them. Yeah, he had these massive big posters everywhere.
Oh yeah,
saying that he was going to be in this movie, and he was in it for like a second.
That was just to get the Doctor Who fans in.
It was. I like that idea though, Toby. You should totally do that.
Unfortunately, I don't know if Tom saying Toby Osmond is in Black Site would attract any attention whatsoever, but I'd like to think it would. But I tell you what, I went. No, I can say this because we did a talk at MCM Comic-Con in October, whatever it was, for Black Site. And so my character, although he's a very small role in the first one, potentially, if Tom's got ideas for the film going on in some format, whether it be a franchise of films, whether it be TV series, who knows. But the Kellerman character, although he's minor in the first one, potentially could become quite a substantial role in the future.
Nice.
So I'm excited about that.
I did read about that on the MCM website, and I was wondering, can I drop that in? So I'm glad you dropped it in instead.
Yeah.
Well, while we were on the panel, I started saying it, and then I was like, "Oh, Tom, who was next to me, can I say about that thing and the thing?" It's like, "Yeah, go on." I was like, "Oh, blah blah blah." So I figure I can now.
That's cool. So we can't get in trouble. It's only you.
Yeah,
As long as we're all right.
Why am I always getting in trouble?
So apart from the little trailer that he's cut together, have you seen anything else of the film? And do you know how it's looking or?
I know it's looking great. Like the trailer he sent me is just like nuts. Like the teaser was good, but the trailer's like next level. And I think he did Tom's one of these arseholes who's just like really, really talented. Like he can write a script in a few days.
Yeah.
Like he really can. And he can do editing, he can do VFX, he can do this, he can do that. It's crazy. So the one he's shown me is just like nuts. I'm actually doing I'm sort of creating a concept for a TV series myself at the moment. And after seeing that, I was like, I was concerned about gunshots and stuff, and explosions, whether they'd need to be blanks and real firearms explosions, all that pyros and stuff, which suddenly rockets the budget up. And then I saw the trailer, I was like, "Oh, great VFX, do it all in post, it's fine."
He does seem to have found a way to as he keeps on saying, like he keeps on saying that Black Side's like Marvel on a budget, but he does seem to have found a way to make these movies that aren't necessarily costing an arm and a leg look amazing.
Oh yeah.
And he's got a talent for it, and you know that's why like we champion the guy. We want to see him go far, and he definitely will. He definitely will, because even Redwood looks there's not really many like VFX or anything in there, but it looks stunning. Yeah.
No, I loved it. I went along to Fright Fest for the premiere of Redwood, and it was just I was so happy for the guys involved, because he pulled it out of the bag on that one, didn't he? It was pretty good.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's great.
Oh, I tell you what, I don't know if I can shout out about this, but so it's in the like National Film Awards.
Yeah, I was just about to say, it's been nominated for Best Movie. Mike's got Best Actor. And Tatiana for Best Actress as well. I mean, and it's
that's absolutely crazy.
It's up against some stiff competition, like, so when I saw it, I was like, holy shit, like, fucking well done.
Yeah, totally. So, like, anyone listening should go to the National Film Awards, because you can vote. There's like audience, so you can vote. So basically, everyone should sign up. I did it this evening because I saw Mike Beckham's agent had tweeted about it. And I sort of went along. I was like, "Oh, what's this?" I mean, it's like against stuff like Guy Ritchie's fucking Camelot film and shit. It's like, what?
it's good. Like it's awesome. I mean, I've
for it. Like,
I've registered a couple of hundred emails, and I've been voting. So.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine if like Redwood beat like whatever multi-million-pound Hollywood? That'd be great.
It would be.
That would be awesome.
I've been known to rig a vote or two, so.
Oh well.
There you go.
But I'll edit that bit out so they don't know.
Don't put that in there. No, that would be awesome for the guys if they if they got that there. That, I mean, they say not even to be nominated, but it's better to win.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's like with the award that you won. It probably was nice to be nominated, but deep down, if you didn't win, you were going to be boiling.
Well, I was surprised. I was really happy actually. It was really nice. Yeah, it was really nice.
Excellent.
Waiting for the BAFTA, but
I'm sure they'll come knocking. Don't worry about that. So let's go on to the Dark Beacon a little bit.
Yeah.
Bacon, yeah.
Let's go for it. Yeah, so it's been a little while since we've spoken to Coz. Coz was on the show. Oh God knows how long it was ago. Speaking about Dark Beacon, and he was telling us a little bit, but it's been doing amazingly well, isn't it?
Yeah, the festivals and stuff.
Yeah.
Was it 4 awards or something at the American Horror Festival or something?
Definitely had best film somewhere. It's had best actress, I think. Best. I think Lynn-Ann Rogers won best supporting actress as well. Toby Osmond didn't win anything. I did notice that. Judges at American Horror Film Festival. Watch it. Well deserved. Like, they were all such a lovely cast to work with. April Pearson also won, I think, best actress. It's well deserved. So I'm really happy for everyone involved. And it was great fun shooting as well. We're in Jersey, man. Like, it was crazy. I remember thinking that was probably my next big screen project, apart from commercials. Like, that was probably the next thing after the Cromwell, the BBC, Channel 5, Henry VIII gig. And I just remember thinking, like, standing on the sunny cliffs of Jersey with these fucking great cameras. I can't remember, were they Reds or Lex or something? I can't remember. Just like looking out over the sea, I was like, fucking hell, this is alright, isn't it?
I've had worse days, to be honest.
Actually, on Coz's thing, when he was talking about Dark Beacon, he was talking about how dangerous on your podcast when he came on, he was talking about the dangerous tides and people sort of dying on that causeway out to the lighthouse.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
What I hadn't actually told Coz at the time, or anyone involved, apart from I can't remember which camera op it was who came out with me, but it was me, 2 other crew members. We wanted some like cutaways, some extra footage, that sort of stuff, and we're like, look, if I get up on that cliff, it will look really cool. It's a body though. So we all need to agree not to tell anyone about this. Not Coz, not Lee, not anyone, because they'll get rid of the footage. They'll say we were irresponsible. But the film's done now, so they can't do that. I mean, it was really dangerous. I was like climbing up this slippery cliff, like in a tuxedo. And I was just thinking, it'd be really easy to slip now. If I did, I might not die. I might. I'd definitely really badly hurt myself. All right, guys, ready? Action! Yeah, take the fucking shot.
You've got to do what you've got to do.
Got to do, man.
Well, you're committed to your art. That's what it is.
Yeah. I just think I'm an idiot, basically. That's what it is.
And do those scenes the cutaway scenes appear in the movie? Do you know?
I haven't seen it.
Oh no!
I'm waiting for the Prem or like big screen. There was an opportunity to see it in Cardiff, but I couldn't make it. I think I was doing a stage job, so I couldn't make it along to Cardiff. So yeah, I haven't seen the final thing yet. I'm very excited to.
Well, neither have we.
No, we've not.
No,
because Coz hasn't seen it yet. Coz hasn't sent it yet.
Because we're top boys, so we should have seen it by now.
We really should have. Yeah.
Would you be willing to come up to Berwick for a premiere up here?
That's a no.
We have a cinema that fits like 30 people.
Do you?
Well, they call it a cinema.
It has electricity twice a week as well.
It does have electricity, and it's got a dead pixel on the screen.
Yeah, and it has heating.
Hey, you guys going out to Cannes, by the way?
Yeah, why not? we're
Lovely.
We're waiting on that sponsorship deal coming through, and then we'll get ourselves to Cannes.
We were just going to get on the plane, go to the plane, and just say, "Yeah, Toby Osmond said we could come."
Yeah. Oh, you should come out. It's fun. Good party. Good crack.
What can you tell us about your role in Dark Beacon, if you can tell us anything, because it's not all yet. So, what can you tell us?
So I can't. Right. So I'm the. We could say male lead. I mean, I'm a supporting lead, I think is the term.
Yep.
And I'm also true to form. And I can say this because Coz has said it on social media. I'm also the villain. Yeah. But, I mean, it's Toby Osmond. Of course I'm the fucking villain.
I was going to say, you really do like playing the villain. What is it about playing the villain that draws you to it? Or is it just people come to you to be a villain? Or
I think people see me and they just think, you know, that guy looks like a real arsehole. Let's cast him as the villain. Whee! I don't know, man. I mean, I love it. The first stage gig I did out of drama school was playing Iago in an adaptation of Othello, and it was based on the experience of Iago throughout the play and then afterwards, because at the end of Othello, Iago gets chucked into this prison cell. He's wounded and he's going to get basically tortured to death, as is the end of a lot of Shakespearean villains.
Yeah.
And we were doing it. The writer, the person who adapted it, was American, and she said she wanted to set it in the context of 50s America and basically Iago's a southern racist, like KKK, essentially. I mean, we didn't go that far, but he was like, he's southern racist. And it was a dark role to get into, man. I mean, Iago at the best of times is a right piece of work. But that, well, it was like dark. But I loved it, man. I loved it. I mean, you know, I hate these people in the real world, but yeah, I just love delving into the darkness, I think.
Where do you even start getting yourself into that kind of headspace?
I do a lot of, since I learned how to act proper at drama school, I just do a lot of research, basically. I go into it's quite funny. I went to one of what's considered one of the two method acting drama schools of London, which is East 15. The other one's Drama Centre, and all of the teachers who taught me were more or less from Drama Centre's old days. But that's a misconception. Like method and Stanislavski, I won't bang on about it, but some people will consider me a method actor, but I can just snap out of it really quickly. So I can be like, I mean, if I'm like on the Henry VIII gig, I didn't speak to the guy that I was going to have tortured after lunch until after lunch, and I was just hanging around with my henchmen and stuff, and that really helped me get into it. But as soon as it was over, and that helped him as well, because if you're really chummy and stuff, some people can switch it on, some people can't. In Kaufmans Game, I was on we did some beautiful, the production value on that film's so good. We did some rooftop scenes on a hotel in Battersea. And I was chatting to this lovely actor, shout out to Rupert Shelbourne, very nice guy. And we're just about to do a take, and I crack a joke. And we're all playing these, like, noir, like, criminals, like, in suits, classy, not like gangster geezer, but like, you know, classy crims. And I just crack a joke, and he snaps. He's like, "Just shut up, Toby! I'm about to do a take." All right, Roots, fine, Marty. No, anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Classy,
Rupert's in
classy crims. That's a definite new phrase.
Oh, so this thing, if anyone wants to give me development funds or just buy a this is the TV series I'm conceiving at the moment. So at the top of it, it's werewolves. It's a werewolves TV show. That's not what it is. But I said to someone, as soon as I said werewolves, they got the look in their eyes. They're like, "Oh God, not another fucking werewolf vampire." I say classy werewolves. It's classy werewolves. Shut up. So yeah, so someone give me loads of money for that.
Classy Crim werewolves.
They are actually crims as well. Classic crim werewolves.
What makes them classy?
Selling technique.
I would say the style would be considered critically acclaimable rather than, ridiculous.
A lot of toilet shite.
Yeah. They will not be sparkling.
Never that.
Yeah.
No, we don't want sparkling. No, it's vampires, isn't it?
Yeah. No.
It's still a lot of shite, though.
No twinkles.
No twinkles. No twinkles. Okay. Where the hell were we? I've got no idea.
You know what this is? This is Toby. I'm gonna say this now. I'm gonna pull back the curtain a little bit. You are officially the first guest who has completely thrown us off our game.
Although he did warn me that was going to happen.
Yeah.
To be
I
fair,
told you I witter. I go off on tangents.
Because normally we go off on tangents, but we can bring it back. But I'm having so much fun just listening to you and talking to you that I don't know where we are.
and I do have to say you've got the best laugh ever.
This is why I'm cast as villains, because I cackle.
It's quite a good villain laugh.
Yeah, it is.
So what are you working on at the moment then, Toby?
Christ, I don't know.
Oh.
No, I've got a few things on. I'm writing my TV series, which is going to be brilliant. Oh God, do you get could you I don't know. So I do a bit of producing as well as acting, and I speak to a lot of writers and directors as well as actors, and it's just funny how in the industry everyone thinks their thing is going to be fucking brilliant. And actors are guilty of it. This is very sweeping statements, obviously, but some actors think they're the bee's knees, and some writers think their script is going to be the next thing, best thing since sliced bread, and it's all right, but well, let's just see if it sells. It's crazy, isn't it? Anyway, what am I working on? Yes, so my script, which is going to be the bee's knees.
I was going to say
it'll probably be shit. I tell you what, I wrote a short film years ago, and my girlfriend at the time, who was very lovely, she was just like, it's crap. I was like, all right, so I gave up writing. So I've learnt my lesson. I'm just conceiving it. I'm not writing the script because I know it will be rubbish. But I'm conceiving it, and then I'll get someone who's good at writing, like Tom or someone, to actually write the words down, and obviously cast me in it. What am I working on? So I'm doing 2 stage productions coming up. The first, I should look at my calendar. I don't know when they are. They're in the next couple of weeks. When does this get released? It's not tonight or something, is it?
No, it'll be possibly Friday if I can pull my finger out.
Okay, well, if you pull your finger out, then I hope your listeners will go along to the Volts Festival on the 1st of February, because I'll be in Purple Ostrich's Romeo and Juliet playing Mercutio.
Nice.
Which is nice because I haven't played him before. That's Kerry Fitzgerald is directing in that. She's got the right idea, directing a show, starring in it as well. And then I'm at the Arcola which is another theatre, on the 8th, 7th, 6th and 7th. God, I better learn that script.
I would say so.
Time's ticking on.
Yeah, at the Brave New Word Slam Festival. So that'll be exciting, because the Arcola's a great theatre. But anyway, so that's the 2 things, the stage jobs I've got coming up. I don't know if I've got any film.
Can I just quickly ask, because we had the chance to speak to Ian McNeice a while back when we were at one of the Comic Cons.
Yeah.
He's pretty much the only person that we've had on who's also sort of treaded the boards. How different is that compared to making movies for yourself?
Good question.
I often just wonder if it's like a completely different ball game or if it's much the same, just less rehearsal or whatever. I don't know, or more rehearsal.
It is completely different, and it's not completely different. It's like the acting technique is slightly different. Like you'll get a lot of screen actors who go to stage and vice versa, and they're complete shit. I mean, not always, but it does happen, and that's because they're not adjusting their acting.
Yeah.
But it's kind of, well, I don't know. I say it's easy enough. I mean, I don't know. I think it's easy enough. You're just more naturalistic in screen, really. But then stage is going more naturalistic. You just need to be louder. But the process is very different. Like, I don't know why screen, film and TV don't utilise rehearsals more. I know some directors do, but they're in the minority, definitely. And if you do rehearse, it'll be a very small amount. You might get, a few days, if that. But they'd save so much money.
Yeah.
There's so many retakes on. It's like auditions. If you go into a casting, you get the brief, which is lacking in a huge amount of detail. You go in, you do your thing, and then a lot of the time they'll say thanks very much, and then you leave, and they won't give you any direction. It's like if you tell us what you actually want.
Yeah.
Directors, like this is in Dark Beacon. I was very grateful to Lee Apty and Coz, because I went into the audition for it, and I knew them. I've been hanging around with them, drinking in Soho a bit and stuff. So we were sort of mates. We didn't know each other really well, but we were sort of quite chummy, and we all got on. And I got in, did my thing, and I thought, oh god, I fucked that up, didn't I? and then Coz said something like, oh, can you try it like this, like if this has happened or something. I did that. So, all right, yeah, cool. And then Lee said, can you do it but not leave any spaces between the words or something like that, as though you just really got to get it off your chest. And I did it, and they're like, all right, thanks very much. We'll let you know. And then I think it was, so that was sort of like a midweek, maybe Wednesday, Thursday audition. And then on Monday afternoon, I think it was, I got a call from Coz. I was like, oh, here we go. He's doing the polite thing, letting me know. So I answered it. He's like, oh, hello, mate. Hello, mate. Oh, you all right? How's it going? He's like, yeah, good. You all right? Good weekend? I'm like, oh, you cunt. So Toby, and he's literally this pace of speaking. It's like, so, mate, it's quite hard to say. I'm sorry, mate. Yeah, really sorry, but we'd like to offer you the role. Like, you're a prick, Coz. You're a prick. I might not do it now.
You have to, though. You have to.
Oh, what was that? What was that? There was a TV show. It was like a piss take of the X Factor and all that. I think it was Rowan Atkinson was playing the judge.
Right.
And he was doing like the Simon Cowell thing. Well, the news is, and Rowan Atkinson's going, we haven't not picked you. I can't remember what the hell that was. It was a wee while ago.
Yeah, it was that dick.
Bittersweet.
I would totally do that though.
Oh, you would have to.
Yeah.
You would have to.
Yep.
It was. I'm pleased we did cast him, mate, because it would have been really awkward if we didn't, because we're all mates. Yeah, but no, that was a lovely kick. It was great fun.
Here's another one for you. How the hell? You said you've got a stage show coming in was it 1st of February?
Yeah,
and then another one on the 7th and 8th.
Was it first? Second?
Was it?
Yeah, you're right. I'm wrong. First.
How in the hell do you go about remembering all of the lines for both shows? That's mental.
Well, it's interesting because I I have the worst memory in the world. Like, I just don't remember. I was having a chat. I don't know if you know of a guy called Mikel Iriarty, I think his surname's pronounced. He's a lovely guy. He's like, I think he's the best. I've only worked with him once, but we're really good mates. I met him at AFM in LA a year and a half ago. So it wasn't the one in November, it was the one before. So a year and a bit ago. I was chatting with him today about, he was talking about Michael Caine's doing this sort of Q&A or something at BFI soon. And he was like, oh, do you want to go? I was like, oh yeah, that'd be fun. But I don't really go to Q&As much because I never remember what they say. It's like, oh, neither do I. That's why I record them. And I was like, yeah, I used to do that. And after going through university, going to talks, going to lectures for fun, and recording a lot of them, and getting a recording equipment because I'm dyslexic, so I've got them from uni, and literally never having listened to a single one of them. I just stopped recording them. So I've got a rubbish memory, so I don't know. I think the thing is with acting, I think anyone can memorise lines, really, if you really want to get down to it. That's not what acting is, but I think the memory thing, anyone can do it. You just need to sit for fucking hours on hours every fucking day and just put the time in. I was trying to learn one of the scripts today, and it's so funny how I'm just looking at it, and I'm looking at a line, and I've got a few down. It's the Mercutio one for Romeo and Juliet, and then I'm just looking around, anything but looking at the lines. I'm like, fucking learn this speech. Just learn this speech, then you can go. And I sort of basically half-arsed it. I was like, well, I kind of remembered almost all of it once through. That's fine. I'll go and make a cup of tea now. I don't know. I just look at them a lot. There's different techniques, but they're all weird. It's basically just, you need to sacrifice your life to do it.
Yeah. Is it just one of those things where you look at it so many times that it just becomes kind of like a muscle memory sort of thing?
So my technique that I do is I'll read a whole script a few times through, and I'll read all of my lines a dozen times through, and this will take, I'll usually spend 4 or 5 days just doing that. So not trying to memorize them, just reading it over and over again, like the whole script, then all my lines in a script. And then I find when I actually come to try and memorize the individual lines, they go in a lot quicker, like much, much quicker. Yeah. So that's my thing.
Cool.
Any
I can do that.
Yeah.
No way in hell I could do that.
Yeah, I remember being at school and all that, and they usually gave me like because as Toby says, his memory and all that, my memory is just shot. It's just gone. So they always gave me like a really small part with 2 lines at most, and I still couldn't get them. So to learn a whole script, well done.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so normally too. These parts are a bit easier because they're not full versions; they're abridged, so they're not full-on plays. I mean, if it was 2 plays in 2 weeks, I'd just end it. I couldn't do that. No way. But yeah. Huh.
There you go. So right, we're going to put you on the spot now. We're going to really put you on the spot. Yeah, on you go. On you go.
Put me on the spot because I don't like being put on the spot. On the subject of what am I working on, I've actually already filmed this, but it's not out yet. It's a TV pilot.
Oh.
It's called Freddy and Fuzmo. Fix the world, I think, or save the world or something. But it's basically like, imagine Rick and Morty meets Avenue Q. So it's puppets.
You've got me at Rick and Morty, so
yeah, it's great.
Kev likes myself a bit of Rick and Morty, don't you?
Yep.
I've never laughed so much on a set before. Like, the jokes are so funny, and I'm playing this blue fairy puppet. It's brilliant. Who's a bit of an arsehole as well. But, yeah, anyway, that was great. I was bigging up Mikkel earlier. He's an AD. He's the first AD. I think he was officially the producer on Freddy and Fazbear, or the first AD. No, I think he was the first AD. But he's also a producer. He's helping director, and if anyone, this is an advertising slot for Mikkel here. Yeah. If anyone needs a guy to fix a film set, you need Mikkel. Give him a call. I'll link you up with it. There we go.
You even did the agent's voice there.
Did a little bit.
Yeah. Give him a call.
Turned into Mr. Movie Phone.
Yeah. So when can we expect to see that then? Is that what happens with pilots? Is it just somebody in an office somewhere watches it and then decides if you get a full series or something?
Yeah, so one of the guys' brothers has got some links to a lot of the TV stations. So we shot a full pilot episode. It was a real balls to the wall shoot. I think we did it in a weekend. We did it in 2 days, and we basically had access to a film studio in a university. I won't say which one in case they ask us for money for it. We basically shot it on a Saturday and Sunday, like full-on days, early starts, late finishes, and we had it all for free. It was like high end. We were shooting on 4Ks,
nice.
4K, I think. We had a proper working TV set studio. It was nuts, and the guys have put so much effort into it, into the props, the set design. The puppets look beautiful. The puppet, I tell you what, if you ever want to be an actor and you want to look good on camera, just use a puppet. They're so cinematic and film, like they look brilliant on screen, the bastards. But yeah, what are we talking about?
I've got no idea. This might be my favourite episode ever, you know that.
Oh yeah, so anyway, then the people at the TV studios decide if it's shit or not.
Right.
And then hopefully they give us loads and loads of money. And all of the people who were cast in it get recast by famous voices from Simpsons and South Park. Don't recast me, please. Don't. Put me on the spot then. What's your spot putting on us?
Oh yes, okay.
Can you remember?
I can kind of remember. Yes, we have on In the Top. We have an ongoing segment where we ask the guest to pick a film. Any film that you think that people who are listening to this episode, who are still listening to this episode,
they will still be listening to this episode,
who you think that everybody should watch this film before they die. So what one film would you add to the list, Toby?
My first thought was Whiplash.
Nice,
yeah.
Nice. I like that. We're big fans of Whiplash.
Actors love it, especially because it's about the struggle, you know. Musicians hate it because it's actors playing musicians. And
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, they fucking hate it. Ask a drummer, they'll say it's the worst film they've ever seen. And it's because they're looking at the drumming technique.
Yeah.
All the laymen's, all the actors, all the fans are like, hey, he's a fucking great drummer. Yeah, his knuckles are bleeding. Drummer's like, I could do twice as fast as that prick. But yeah, you know, it's a film about drive and like trying to achieve like your goals, isn't it? So I love Whiplash. I thought it was better than Birdman, actually. It was the same year as Birdman came out, and they were competing for the Oscars or whatever.
It is better than Birdman.
It is. I mean, I didn't hate Birdman, but Whiplash is just something else.
Yeah. So I'd probably go that. The other one I was going to say, I'm excited about Terry Gilliam bringing out Don Quixote this year, by the way.
Finally.
Yeah, I watched Lost in La Mancha recently. That was fun.
That's a good documentary. That's an excellent documentary.
Yeah. The other one I was going to say was, I think was it Jodorowsky did not Holy Mountain. I want to see Holy Mountain. Have you seen Holy Mountain?
No.
It's It's from like the 70s. Just find the trailer on YouTube. Holy Mountain, I think it's Jodorowsky. It is like the biggest like 70s acid trip of a film. It's not, I doubt it could really be called a film. It's more like a splurge of art and music on a screen, but I want to say that. But I can't remember his other film I was going to suggest. Let's go with Whiplash.
Yeah,
Whiplash is a good pick.
Whiplash is a good call. We like Whiplash. We like that a lot. So yeah.
Oh no, sorry. What am I talking about? I'll rescind that. Whiplash is good, but wait till you see Black Site.
Nice.
You know what?
Nice.
What I always say is every time we have a guest on and we ask them that question, they never choose their own project. They never do it. And I was about to say this is the first time I thought our guest might choose one of their own projects. And you threw me for 6 when you gave us like three choices.
I didn't disappoint. The ego took control.
But yeah, we're pretty much wrapping up the show now, Toby.
I've got nothing better to do.
But would you like to just let all the people know? We like to get the guests to pimp themselves out a little bit and just kind of let people know what you've got coming up, what they can see you in soon, where they can find you, and just your social medias, and just pimp yourself a little bit, pal.
Yeah, totally. Before I do that, could I give a couple of shout-outs to some other filmmakers?
You certainly can. Are they future guests of the show?
They could be.
Well, I will let you proceed.
I'll send you a message when we're not live to tell you which ones are more interesting to speak to.
That's fantastic.
So I want to give a shout out to some of the. There's a lot of female film directors, producers, and stuff who are making it in the UK indie biz at the moment and US. So I want to give a shout out to a few of them. Yeah. Alice Miller, who is shooting shot Summer in the Shades. That's coming out next year. She had Rupert Shelbourne on, who was in Kaufmans Game, who was a film I did. And funnily enough, Alice Miller, when she was about 17, 18, something like that, knew a guy called Dan De Silva, who is the younger brother of Luke De Silva, who's a fucking vampire in Redwood. Luke De Silva, shout out to Luke De Silva. He's a lovely actor, guy, very good actor.
That's a name of most of our guests. That's a name that keeps cropping up.
You should speak to Luke.
I think we need to check this out.
We went to see a screener of Redwood.
Yeah,
at SFW, and he was there. Yeah.
He's a lovely guy. He actually he hosted Tom at an MCM as well. He did the MC comparing. Yeah. He's in most of Tom films. Funnily enough, when I was working with Coz and Green 13, I can't remember which one of them said. I think Tom said to me, "Oh yeah, Toby Osmond." This before we knew each other. You're like you're Green 13's Luke De Silva. I was like, I have no idea who's Luke De Silva. I want to meet him. But no, he's just a nuts fun guy, I think, basically.
Yeah, I think he's we need to search him out.
We do. Wasn't he telling stories about running about in his underwear in the dark in Poland? Yeah.
And it was like wolves or something.
Yeah,
he was meant to be out in the sticks by himself. That was a great story. And he's on the radio. Can I come back now, please?
Yeah. No, so yeah, that's all much. I mean, I've got loads, but I'm not going to bore.
No, throw some names out because I'm writing them all down.
Well, I don't know. There's a lot of people with stuff coming out. Greg Hall, who I'm mates with. I spent the New Year's midnight countdown with Greg Hall. He's at Medium Cool Films. He's doing a lot of good stuff, and all his lads over there with Stuart and everyone. Trish and Sasha at Three Wise Monkeys. They're doing a lot of stuff. They're fighting the fight. There's just, I tell you what, I've been meeting a lot of really nice filmmakers recently, like sound down to earth people. Because you get a lot of egos and you get a lot of funny sausages, but it's nice. It's nice, and I'm not denying that I'm a funny sausage, but it's nice meeting nice, down-to-earth people. So I'm meeting a lot of lovely folks in the industry at the moment, which is very, very heartening and warming. So, yeah, shout out to my my casting brother, Ricky. Ricky Shaw is his stage name. He's just taken a gig for me, so I can do this Arcola gig. Thank you, Ricky. Shout out to Blaine as well, Blaine Neal, you little bastard. So basically, these guys, I train with it. He's 15, and we all look like. Basically, we could be in a family. Blaine is the young, good-looking guy who goes to the gym. Ricky's like the sort of more tan, suave type, and I'm like the weird bohemian one in the middle. But me and Ricky give each other gigs. So you get a lot of actors who will compete for roles and all this stuff. It's bullshit. You can't compete with other actors for roles. All you can do is your best job and like turn up in time and don't be a cunt. That's what our head of course 15 said, Andrea Brooks. But so if you've got someone who's even your same casting bracket, just let them know about roles, and then they'll let you know about roles, and someone's going to get it. Although I tell you what, Ricky bloody Shaw, I'm trying to remember his stage name. Ricky Shaw did a commercial. He got something like, well, I shouldn't talk about money, £8,000, and I let him know about it, the bastard. I shouldn't have. Big and shit.
Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. This is, as you were saying before, this is something that we're finding quite a lot with him through doing these Indie Talk episodes and speaking to directors, producers, and actors and all that. The industry in Britain right now it's booming again. It's absolutely booming, but there seems to be a lot of, as you say, really good people coming through. You know, like kind of guys that are checking their egos at the door, and they just seem to be coming through the ranks, and I'm loving hearing from all these guys, and it's really nice that you guys even take a minute to speak to us, but just...
Don't be silly, I'm purely doing this for publicity.
Well, you're on the right show.
I'm in here learning fucking lines if I wasn't chatting to you. It's really boring.
You don't want to be learning lines.
Just make it up, don't you?
Oh, and I forgot, I've got to give a shout out to Alvin, without whom we couldn't have made Black Sky. So big shout out to Alvin. And also fellow cast member, Elena Wallace. Now, I'll tell you what, you'll hear about Elena Wallace only because, well, not only because, but partly because her name is spelt Alana. And everyone knows her, and everyone says, oh, Alana, no Elena, no Alana, no Elena. It's great. But she is, at the moment, in the Fast and the Furious live show, which is...
I'm glad you cleared that up, because I thought it was Alana. But I have her on the Facebook and the Instagram and all that, and I keep getting pictures coming up of the Fast and Furious. Now, I'm a Fast and Furious whore. So yeah.
Wow. I'll tell you what, speak to Elena, get her on the show, maybe she'll get you a ticket. I mean, but yeah. She's lovely.
But yeah.
Lovely. She's very nice. She's, if we work together, probably. Oh yeah, Black Site. Anyway,
oh no.
Yeah. Probably learned.
This has gone off the rails a touch.
This has completely gone off the rails. Yeah, definitely. This is one of the best Indie Talks we've ever done. I'll tell you what.
You're fucking right.
I'll tell you what, Toby. How would you feel about coming back on for a Road to Infinity War episode?
Yeah, let's do it. I'll have to brush up on the heroes. But yeah. Speaking of reviews, sorry. Look, I've absolutely got to give one final shout out to Chappers, Matt Chapman at My M Magazine, because I don't know if you read it. It was the November issue of My M Magazine. I was in Kaufmans Game review in it. I was in Dark Beacon set visit in it. I was in Black Site film big splurb in it, and then he did an interview with me, so I'm in one issue 4 fucking times.
That's not too shabby.
Yeah.
I did actually read the Kaufmans Game review. It was a very good review as well.
Yeah, well, that was from Matt Chapman. He wrote that, so big shout out, many thanks to Mr. Matthew Chapman, who I'm seeing next week, I think. I don't know. I could have just told it myself, I suppose.
Well, now you don't have to. You can just tell him to listen to us, because we're awesome, and then he gets to hear it.
Yeah, great. Okay. Well, thank you for having me, guys. It's been lovely chatting to you. And come to Cannes. Don't be sour gooses. Come along, it'll be fun.
Okay. we have been told.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
lovely chat.
Chris has made a little short movie. So, well, it's not finished being edited yet. We could take that to Cannes. Do they take short movies at Cannes?
Short film corner.
Nice.
You could chuck them a few €100, and you get not one but 2 festival passes.
There you go.
Well,
You can drink that much from the free fucking champs and like booze. They throw loads of free parties. You can drink €200 worth of alcohol if you get the festival pass, because you get all these parties like free champagne. There was a Dominican Republic party, because all the countries have film parties to try and attract investors, and they were giving out rum and cigars.
Damn.
I probably had €2 at that one party.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think we
mate.
need to get ourselves over.
Yeah.
See, we can.
Had us at free champers.
Yeah, that was my tipping point.
Right, so Toby, honestly, this has been absolutely fantastic.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
And I know it's taken a little while to get you on, but it's been absolutely worth it.
I wrote in my notes after the apology to Tom and Mike that I should then apologise to you.
Oh, never that.
Keep going to the pub instead of doing.
Yeah, Chris did say at one point that you were talking about doing it from the pub, and I was like, that would be a nightmare.
Yeah, I get really easily distracted as well. You might have been able to.
Although I do get the feeling it would have been fun now.
I think
Yeah.
it would have been more fun if we'd been in the pub with Toby.
Yeah, we need to.
Oh,
do...
shit. I keep interrupting you. Right, go on. What do you want to say? Go on.
No, whatever you've got to say, mate. I love it. It's like, it's your podcast, god damn it. No, honestly, it's been fantastic.
I'm at Toby Osmond.
Yes.
You said social. I think that's something. I'm on Twitter and I'm on Facebook. At Toby Osmond on Twitter and at Toby Osmond Actor on Facebook.
And
yeah.
What I'll do is what I always do when I'm putting these episodes out. I'll tag all your links and everything in there, and
great.
You'll not be able to miss our posts because I totally haul the thing out for like 2 or 3 weeks once it goes live because I'm just like that. But
here's a bit of inside intel for your listeners.
Oh.
I have my fucking showreel finished at last today, so my new showreel is out. TobyOsmond.com. I have links to my IMDb. It's up there.
Nice.
There you go. Everybody check that out.
That's going to excite Toby's mother and absolutely no one else.
You're very, very humble.
Oh, I'm just not a very good actor.
Shut up, man.
Or am I? Better check IMDb in the showreel,
and Black Sight and Dark Beaten and Kaufmans Game.
Exactly.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing them.
That must be pretty cool, though. You got like 3 movies coming out very, very soon. You know, it's.
Yeah, well, I mean, so Dark Beacon's coming out end of March.
Yeah.
As is Redwood, which I'm not in, but I'm also looking for. Oh no, I've already seen it, but I'll probably go along for the free one. And then Black Site will probably be next year for full release. I mean, it will be there's festivals and stuff this year. So, Tom, if you're listening, can you take me to all the festivals like Hollywood and stuff? That'd be nice. And the 365 boys.
That's so.
There we go.
That's absolute. I was waiting for that bit. You know, like pimp yourself, but also pimp us. So yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I told you I'd bang on.
You did.
This has been fantastic. I second what Chris like. We've had some cracking indie talks. We've had some amazing ones, but this one's just gone totally off the rails, and I love it. So
Stop it.
And it's not often that I think to myself after recording an episode that I think I can't wait to edit this.
Edit that guy out. Right. I will. I'll speak to you soon, guys. Oh yeah, I'll come on for your I'll come on your Thor thing or whatever it was.
Yes, aye.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much, guys. Speak soon.
All right, Toby. Cheers, my man.
See you later, man.
Crisis for the geek kind. Top geek officials admit they underestimated the hipsters' defense capability. Join the geek revolution and save the galaxy. Geeks from all over the globe are joining up to fight for the future. They're doing their part. Are you? Want to know more? Join Weeby Geeks and the Geek Revolution and save the world. Service guarantees citizenship. Listen to Weeby Geeks podcast on iTunes and Stitcher or online at weebygeeks.net. Weeby Geeks, your voice for the Geek Revolution. Want to know more?
That was Toby.
That was Toby.
Yeah. It was awesome.
that was Toby. That was. That was a great interview. I really enjoyed speaking to him, and if we can get him on a few more times so we can get him above Tom's ranking, then
I think we need to make that happen. Actually,
yeah. I think we do a little bit. Yeah. Is that something we can have a league of guests on the show?
I think that should happen. Actually,
yeah.
Well, we've got. I'll tell you what. We've got Paul Trotter coming on a couple of times.
We do, yeah. Paul's coming on
in the next few weeks. For Infinity War, Road to Infinity War. So he's going to be up there. He's been on twice. So that'll be him equal with Tom.
So what we're going to do, well, to be fair, I think Hayes is still beating the rest of them because they're talking heads.
That didn't count.
Because you didn't like it.
No, that doesn't count. That doesn't count as episodes.
While we're talking about
that,
that,
little bit of fucking hair.
You did a little bit.
So.
While we're on that, the Road to the Infinity Wars is still up and running. This episode is coming out today, which hopefully will be Friday. We have done, up until now, we've done Thor. So next Monday, possibly Wednesday, you will be getting Captain America 1. Because I say possibly Wednesday, it's not because I'm lazy. It's because I think I want to let this episode just sit for a few more days. Yeah. And just steamroll the rest of them.
It doesn't have to be a Monday.
It doesn't have to be.
That was that week.
That was my personal rule.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a rule. But yeah, so Thor was with Andrea. We have got Captain America coming up, which is with... It was supposed to be Jim and Eric from Weird Science. But Eric is too fucking big for us.
Well...
So yeah, America's sweetheart Eric Shea will not be joining us.
Shoddy.
But we have replacement Brandon, also of the Weird Science crew. He normally does the Marvel Madness, the Marvel Minute stuff. Right. So he'll be able to talk some Marvel with us.
Sweet.
Joe Keaton bailed.
Pussy.
Big pussy. He's not happy about this Enzo thing, is he?
He's not.
No, he's
not having it.
He's taking umbrage to this Enzo thing. He's like, stupid who a liar, bitch. It's like, I don't know. Enough people say it. I know it's only her, but she said. And the video that he posted in the Facebook chat, did you watch the video?
No, I didn't. Fuck.
He watched the whole thing apparently. Well, I'm assuming he did. I watched 2 minutes, and that guy was an asshole. So yeah, that got turned off. So yeah, Joe bailed, but we have Ian Lawson is coming back to join us for Avengers Assemble. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah,
we're doing something a little bit different for Iron Man 3.
Yes, we are. We need to get the finger out with that one.
Yep, we certainly do because it's 2 weeks away.
Yep, be fine.
It will be fine. Thor: The Dark World will be coming up soon as well. I think Paul's joining us for that one as well. Nerdly, Mr. Nerdly himself, Phil Wheat.
That'll be a good one.
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. First time he's coming on the show. Be nice to speak to one of our network commanders coming on the show to talk Winter Soldier. And then Berwick legend Burton's Bob. Or Granary Bob, or YMCA Bob as you call him.
Bloody well, that's phase 2 done.
That will be phase 2.
Then we've got another board to... Well, you've got another board to write out.
That is madness. I can't believe that. Do you think we'll get that far?
Of course you fucking will. Maybe.
I don't know, So yeah, this has been the episode with Toby. Toby Osmond is an absolutely amazing bloke. You need to check out Black Site when that comes out. We'll be pimping that out anyway. You need to check out Dark Beacon when that hits at the end of March. We'll definitely be pimping that out. Be nice if Coz gave us a cheeky little, glimpse of it though. If you're listening, Coz. Yeah, got all these things coming out. Awesome.
Tidy.
And this is just going to keep rolling. The old season 2.
You're not letting me disagree with that.
You're not having that.
Season 2.
What did you want to call it? I'm not calling it
I
phase
didn't
2.
really think it needed a name, to be honest.
Do you not think, though, because, like I say, like, episode 100, that was a milestone, bitch.
Yeah.
Did you notice when Phil posted the episode on Nerdly? Like, I said, episode 100, milestone, bitches. When Phil posted it on Nerdly, it was milestone.
I didn't notice that. I've not been on Facebook in over a week. So.
I was a bit god that, like, milestone, bitches.
Yeah.
Oh, well. So, yeah, that is us, and we will be going, and episode 102 incoming sometime soon.
Mm-hmm.
Keep an eye out.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to say goodbye to the people?
Goodbye, people.